All right, Computech, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Mr. Vinson here with some instructions for checkpoint 6. And you might be wondering, how is checkpoint 6 first? We're going to take a look at that. I'm also going to show you how to get into SketchUp and show you the basics of how to make this cube. If you had engineering design before, you probably don't need to watch this video. You can just skip it, see what the instructions say for checkpoint 6, make that cube and turn it in. This video is for those of you that are new to SketchUp. Be glad to walk you through what it is that we're doing here for the first checkpoint of our Sketchup Cell project. Thanks for joining me. All right, so here we have Teams, and inside Teams is pretty much everything you need to be successful on this project. And specifically, we're going to click on the class that you're in, so whichever class period you have, Mr. Vinson. And inside assignments, you will see that there's really two parts to this assignment. There are progress checks and there's a presentation. Okay, and so right now we're on checkpoint 6, even though it's the first checkpoint. I'm going to show you why. Okay, if we click on Student View, what we actually have is a link right here to a PowerPoint slide that you have access to edit. And you can see that we actually have 6 checkpoints. The first is 6, then we have 10, 12, 14, 15, and 16. Well, how do we get there? What do we do? And how do we do this? Okay, well, first of all, this entire project is in SketchUp. And if you don't remember how to get in SketchUp, that's totally fine. What you actually are going to do is click Help. Password help, because password help will show you that SketchUp is actually a Google login. Okay. I will also give you the hint that SketchUp works better in Chrome than it does in Internet Explorer. Okay, so if you're having problems in Edge, you're having problems in another browser, take a look at Chrome. That might help you out here. Okay, well, this is the link to SketchUp, and when you first go to it, it's going to ask if you want to log in. Remember to log in with your Google account, because if you go back here, SketchUp, Google, Friends, right? If you try to log in with your Microsoft account, it's going to say that your administrator's not enabled this, and that's because they haven't, okay? No big deal. We're here. Almost all projects in this class are going to use millimeters. That's just what we're going to use. In this first particular part, we're going to just be making a cube, but we don't really know where those instructions are, so I'm going to show you where we're at. If we click on the Classwork Channel, okay, you see my big yellow hand here. If you click on the Classwork Channel, it will actually take you to a spot where there are files available, okay? And inside files, here's one that's 3 Sketchup Cell. And you'll notice that there are a bunch of files that are called Slide 1, Slide 2, Slide 3. Slides 1 through 5 we're going to look at together during class. I'm not going to open them up in this video. But they're introductions, what state standards we're using, those sorts of things. Step 6, Slide 6, is the first time we're actually doing something in SketchUp. And we're going to be making a cube, and we're going to be making a very specific size cube next to Temple Grandin. Okay, so in this other tab over here down at the bottom, I've got SketchUp. In this tab right here, I've got the instructions. Some people are really good at switching back and forth. Some people aren't. A helpful tip is take one of the boxes, one of the windows, drag it to one of the sides, and it will then take half of your screen. Okay? Once we've got it taking up half of our screen, we can then click the other file. In this case, I've got the instructions open right here, and we can have them both open at the same time. I can actually even click here in the middle and say, you know what, I want the instructions smaller, and I want the actual work bigger. We can do that. Okay. Right now, we're going to draw a cube. And this is pretty straightforward SketchUp, basic SketchUp, how to make a simple shape using shape tools. And you'll notice that we've set it up into 6 steps, and then you turn in 6. This is not progress check 6 because of the 6 steps. It's progress check 6 because it is the 6th instruction file. Okay, so you find it, step 6. All right, awesome. Back here. What we're actually going to do at this point is we are going to be opening a new document, okay? And I like to use, and lots of things in this class you're going to turn in millimeters, so we're turning this in millimeters. We get a new document with Temple Grandin, okay? She is 5'9" tall, which will help us reference the size of what we're making. And so what we're going to do here, if you look at this first step A, we're going to click the shape option, and then we're going to click this one right here, which is a rectangle. I will be the first to tell you, SketchUp works better with a mouse. If you don't have access to a mouse but need one, contact me. I'll see what I can do to get one sent out to you, okay? Anyways, here we go. There's a rectangle right there. Okay, and then once we have that, we can click. Now, I just clicked once. I am not clicking and dragging. I just clicked. And, you know, if it's got that diagonal line through it, it's a square. But the instructions say to make the square 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. But our document's in millimeters because Mr. Vinson likes millimeters. And so what we can actually do is tell SketchUp we want to use feet. And if you look at your keyboard, directly to the left of the enter key, of the return key, is a double parenthesis and a single parenthesis. If you look down at it, the single parenthesis means feet. The double parenthesis means inches. Okay? So if I type in the number 3 and then a single parenthesis, that's going to have me tell SketchUp that's 3 feet. I don't have my hand on the mouse. I just have the square sort of chilling there. But a square has 2 sides that I need directions from. Actually, a rectangle has 2 sides. And so I'm going to put a comma and then another 3 feet. If you look down in the lower right corner says dimensions, 3 apostrophe comma 3 apostrophe. That's exactly what you want it to look like. And then you're going to press enter or return, and it's going to make you a square exactly 3 foot by 3 foot. But if we looked really closely at this bar on the left, our view or orbit tools are at the bottom. And if we click this orbit tool, we can click and start to rotate the scene. And if we rotate, I'm just clicking and dragging here to rotate. I urge you to do that. If you click and drag, you'll notice that it's actually 2-dimensional. We didn't make a cube yet. You need to turn in a cube, but we didn't make a cube. And so what we need to do now is add some depth to it. And if you look at step D right here is the 7th tool down on the left toolbar. And it is the square with an up arrow. It's called the push-pull tool. And it looks like this. This is the mouse cursor for it. And the way it works is I'm going to wait. I'm going to hover over until there's little blue dots on my gray square. I haven't clicked anything yet. And when I click, I'm just clicking once. Click. And now I control the height. I'm not clicking. If you saw my hands aren't touching the mouse. Okay? So I can move it up, move it down. Nothing is in stone. And you know, you could guess, you know, I wanted exactly 3 feet, but you're probably not going to be exactly 3 feet. Just like when we made the square. We're going to type the 3 and then the apostrophe. I'm using the keyboard, not the mouse. 3 apostrophe. Look down the bottom right corner. It says distance 3 apostrophe. And when I click enter, it's going to make my cube a perfect cube. The cube is 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. And what I would like you to do to turn in step 6, you'll see when you get to the end here, it says turn in progress number 6. You're going to use the snipping tool, just like we used on the scavenger hunt. Click the Windows button, start typing the word snip. Snipping tool will come up. It looks like this, snipping tool, and we're going to click new. And when we click new, I just want you to show me your cube. Inside the snipping tool, it would actually be very helpful if you use a pen and just write, you know, this is 3 feet, this is 3 feet, and this is 3 feet. Okay? Once you've got this, you're adding it into the file for the progress checks. All right, so we're going to click edit copy again. That's edit copy. And what that's going to do is it's going to take this image and it's going to put it on what's called the clipboard, which is a spot in the memory on your computer that allows you to transfer it to different programs. Once it's on the clipboard, we can go back to the assignment in Teams. So I'm going to click the General tab, click Assignments. Inside Assignments here, I'm going to click the actual progress check assignment. And from here, it looks something like this. Yours looks a little bit different, but you see the Sketchup Cell checkpoints. And this is where we saw what page number it was on. It was on step 6, and it was the cube. And all I need to do here is paste. If you're not sure how to paste, it's Control V for Vinson. Obviously, it's related to my name. That's why you can paste so easily. Control C for copy, Control V for Vinson. And you're going to have this here. Just kind of, you don't have to make it super small and fit. Just kind of like push it down, right there or something. And that's going to be full credit for this first progress check. You do not need to turn it in right now. You can leave it the way it is. And then when you're done with the last one, go ahead and turn it in. The next one would be 10. So if you weren't sure how to go to 10, you could go to Teams and then go to your class period. And you can go through. You can't skip to 10. You just 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10's the next time you have something to turn in. If you're really struggling or need anything, please absolutely 100% reach out to me. I would be more than happy to help you in any way that I can. The next video is here for you. Take a look at it when you have a chance once you get through this first one. Thank you so much, Computech. I hope you have a wonderful day.